Hello guys, so we are joining again after a gap of almost 3 months, and I'm glad that the things are getting really good in Delhi and in the entire India. So our point of discussion today is the judgment of Amazon, future retail, and the involvement of Reliance. It is a very recent judgment of the Honorable Supreme Court. So first of all, before getting into that what is being decided by this judgment of the Honorable Supreme Court, we have to understand the history of this case. Now, the Future Retail Group, also known as Biani Group, it was started as a single retail store, and subsequently it became one of the India's largest offline retail store. Uh, as you know that it is a retail store, and in the retail sector, the cash inflow is it's quite delayed, but the outflow it's required every day because of the stock requirement. So the working capital that is quite high. Now, in the later part of the year 2019, Future Retail was facing lot of financial difficulties, and thereafter, the Amazon come in help to rescue it. So on 12th of September 2019, there is a shareholder agreement entered between the group companies of Future Retail. Now, for a reference, let me tell you, there are a lot of group companies of the Future. The main company is the Future Retail, and there is one more company, Future Coupon. Then the second shareholder agreement was entered between the Future Coupon and the Amazon, and the third agreement was a share subscription agreement. So the conclusion of all these agreement was that the Amazon, it will invest amount in the Future Coupon, and that amount will be meant for investment in the retail stores of Future Retail. So ultimately, the Amazon had an agreement with the Future Coupon and not the Future Retail. But the understanding between the parties is that the intention of making the investment is to do those investment in the retail stores of Future Retail. So Future Retail is not a total stranger here. Now, one more clause in that agreement was that the Future Coupon or the Future Retail, they will not enter into a transaction with, these are the list of the people, and Reliance was among them. Now, 1 year after this agreement, that is in some 2020, this Future Retail, which was originally never a part of the agreement, though it was not a completely stranger either. This Future Retail joined hand with the Reliance so that it get amalgamated with the Reliance. They file an application for amalgamation. Thereafter, CCI takes probe into the matter because it's a combination under Section 5 and Section 6 of the Competition Act 2002. CCI have given its approval. Now, as you know that Amazon had a prior investment in this Future Coupon or so-called Future Retail. So Amazon invoked the arbitration clause in that agreement, and the place of the seat of arbitration is New Delhi. So it's a domestic arbitration, but the rules of arbitration is Singapore Institute Arbitration Center. So as per the procedure, the Amazon went to the Singapore arbitration, and the emergency arbitrator is appointed, and this emergency arbitrator, he passes an award restraining this transaction till the dispute is solved out. Now, in India, instead of obeying this order, Future Retail, it filed an Order 39 Rule 2 CPC application, that is a temporary injunction against the Amazon so that it should not interfere in their transaction. The Delhi High Court denied it. Subsequently, the NCLT proceeding for the amalgamation between Amazon and Future Retail is going on. Later on, Amazon filed for the enforcement application under Order 39 Rule 2 capital A CPC for the enforcement of the arbitrator award. The arbitrator, the Delhi High Court, under Order 39 Rule 2A, it passes an order for attachment of the property of the future retail. Now against that order, future retail went in appeal under order 39, under order 43, rule 1R of the CPC, and division bench have stayed the order. Now against this order, the matter went to Supreme Court. So I hope the basics are very clear that what is the background of coming to the Supreme Court. Now what have been decided by the Supreme Court? Supreme Court, first of all, Supreme Court have not went into the merits of the case. It have not commented upon whether this combination is valid or not, whether there is any breach of the terms of the shareholder agreement or not. Supreme Court have not commented upon it. The very limited question which was arised before the Supreme Court, whether the concept of emergency arbitrator, it is being recognized under the Indian Arbitration and Conciliation Act. Now the Supreme Court went into the language of section 17, and it says that if you look at section 17 and section 9 together, along with the definition clause under section 2, which says unless the context otherwise require, though it is true that the definition of arbitrator, arbitral tribunal, it gave no reference to the emergency arbitrator, but it also true that by virtue of party autonomy, if the parties agree that we confined by the institution arbitration, then the rules of those institution arbitration, that is Singapore arbitration in this case, which will also be form part of the agreement. So that means even if there is no express provision of emergency arbitration in Indian law, but by virtue of this party autonomy, the parties can adopt the emergency arbitration to their process. So in this case, the emergency arbitrator it's being validly constituted. It's an independent body, and it passes the award under section 17. So the enforcement would lie under 17.2. Now here Supreme Court says that 17.2 uses the term for a limited purpose. So if you are enforcing it under order 39 rule 2A, it is the CP is applicable only to this context. This doesn't mean that against the order 39 2A you will come to order 43. Because if you look at the Arbitration Act, section 5 says that there will be a limited court interference. Then the language of section 37, which is the appeal provision, it says that there will be appeal against this provision, section 9(1)(17) something, but it has nowhere reference to 17.2. So it means if an arbitrator passes an award under section 17, then the remedy lies is an enforcement. You will enforce that award under 17.2, that is under order 39 rule 2A. Against that order 39 2A, there is no appeal under order 43, because section 37 give nowhere reference to 17.2 but only give reference to 17.1. So that's all that Supreme Court have decided in this case. Now what is the road ahead? आगे क्या होगा Amazon और इस केस में? So आगे अब ये होगा, now the matter will go again back to the arbitrator. आर्बिट्रेटर जो है अभी इसको मेरिट पे डिसाइड करेगा. अभी तक तो उसने खाली इंजंक्शन पास किया था, अब मेरिट पे डिसाइड करेगा. जब उसने मेरिट पे डिसाइड कर दिया तो आइदर ऑफ द पार्टी विल आइदर they'll file an objection under 34 or they'll come in appeal under 37. तो ये मैटर अभी तक कंक्लूड नहीं हुआ, और भी शायद अभी ये सेकंड राउंड ऑफ लिटिगेशन भी होगा जब ये मैटर हाई कोर्ट से सुप्रीम कोर्ट द्वारा आएगा. सो आई थिंक it's clear. ये जजमेंट काफी कॉम्प्लिकेटेड है and it runs through some 103 pages. दिल्ली हाई कोर्ट का जजमेंट is also some 100 pages. I tried to make it a little brief and easy. You can give me your feedback on comments. Thank you so much and take care.